Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Pop Culture Gamers video. And today we have an unboxing yet again, and it is a FusionDock. So this is something a little bit more unusual because this isn't actually particularly gaming related. We've been diversifying in a few areas recently, and this has been sent to us from our friends at iVANKY, and this is basically for use with a MacBook. So it will have up to triple 4K 60Hz ports. It's got an independent 20 watts power delivery charger. Like I said, it's designed for Mac OS, and there's a 100 watt power delivery supply for obviously your Mac as well. This is heavy, and I mean this is a very heavy box. I was actually quite surprised because when you look at the actual layout of it, it looks like it's going to be quite light, but it isn't. This is probably around about a couple of large bags of flour, so quite heavy in terms of weight. And here we have what the actual dock looks like. So we've got our power delivery USB-C connector, up to 10 gigabits I believe. It's quite small text, and I'm getting old obviously. We've got two normal USB slots, USB 3. We have a micro USB card reader and an SD card reader on here. We have a headphone jack, and we also have our on and off. And then we've got the power button, a network button, two more USB slots, and three HDMI slots. So effectively speaking, that means you can actually have up to 4 screens connected to your MacBook if you've got these 3 plus the one that's built in. There's also the normal sort of security port, and there is also a USB-C connector on the side. So there's loads and loads to this, and this is really one of those things that is going to really make using your Mac very much better. There is in here telling us what's in the box. So we've got the iVANKY FusionDock Pro Plus or 1 Plus. We've got the power adapter. We've got an AC power cord, a USB-C cable, a fax card, and the user manual. So there's quite a lot in here. This is a sponsored video in terms of the fact that this has been sent to us by our friends over at iVANKY. They've given us a couple of products to review in recent weeks, and really appreciated of their time to actually give us this, because this is something I've been really looking towards, and this is a very competitively priced but expensive item. We are talking about £250 on Amazon as of today, which is the 7th of October. So it is quite pricey in terms of a dock, but that's when you factor it against handheld gaming PCs. This dock is only for the Mac, and when I say the Mac, we are talking about the MacBook Pro sort of models, or anything that's an M1, M2, M3, M4. So it could be the MacBook Air as well as the Pro. It's not for the Intel sort of approach, because you need a lightning port for it. So let's get this open and let's have a look and see what have we got inside. So first impressions are this is a quality product, just A, by the weight, but also by the the box, because the box is really very heavy cardboard, very thick, and it's not quite to the standards of that Apple experience, but it's not bad at all. So taking that out, looking at it, we have something that is very much like an Apple experience. Here is the actual dock itself. So we'll just put that to one side for a moment. We've got our quick manual, and on here, as I expect, there'll be a load of different languages. Is that correct? Let's have a look. So we've got English straight off, which is always a good one since I don't speak any other language. Well, I speak a bit of French, but not much. And we've got German on there and Japanese. So some other countries' language, we've got Spanish, etc, etc. So, but this is just your basic instructions to get things up and running. So let's have a look. All it's saying is visit this website, move the mouse cursor to support at the top of the screen, download the drivers. Fair enough. Scroll down, and after entering the download page, select the corresponding macOS system. So I'm hoping that they've got the newest version of the operating system driver there, because that's what my Mac's on. Select the latest driver download, open it up, install it. For macOS, the app will require a screen recording permission to capture and send them to external monitors. It will not be used for other purposes, and your privacy will be secure, blah blah blah. If you have a MacBook with Apple Silicon and updated to macOS Ventura 13, well, mine's beyond that, to improve new USB on Thunderport devices that you connect to your Mac, if you choose allow, the device will allow both power and data transmission. If you don't allow, the device will still charge, but no data will be transmitted. So that's nice to know. So you can actually use it to charge a device, but not necessarily anything else. Or you could do the manual setting, Apple systems, blah blah blah. Need detailed setup guide, troubleshooting tips. There is a QR code, and that QR code, if we have a quick look, actually goes through all of that there with the setup. So I might look at that later on, because this is just going to be an unboxing. What I'm going to do is do the unboxing video so that you can see it, and then I'm going to give you a run through of how I found it. So I'm going to actually produce 2 videos for this product. iVANKY haven't asked me to do that, but I'm happy to do it because they have entrusted me with a rather expensive device, and I just feel like it's a good thing for me to give it a proper shakedown rather than just give you some sort of not really tried and tested views. So we have the user manual, and looking at it, yes, it's in lots of different languages, but it's all, I think it's all going to be pretty straightforward stuff. If you already know how to use one of these, if you already know about docks, you know about docks really for the most part. Now this is where a lot of the weight is, because I would say that this is probably, yeah, I would say that this is probably 3/4 of the weight of the whole thing, and this will be your power pack, and it is. So here is the power supply for the device. It is quite beefy, as you can see. You know, it's not an inconsiderable power supply there. We have our cable, which I believe is a Thunderport cable, but obviously I think it's still set up as USB-C in terms of style of cable. Yeah, That's right, it is. So we've got that with this as well, and I'll have to remember not to mix that cable up with other cables that I have, just so that I know that I'm always using the right cable. So let's put that down there, tidy up a little bit. So nice USB cable. It's really thick, actually quite unwieldy. Obviously the power supply, I'm actually quite surprised the plug is even heavy with the lead, so it's obviously got a lot of quality to it, because normally good quality products do weigh more. Next, let's have a look at the actual device itself. And there we are. So obviously got the company logo on the top, iVANKY, and we have on this side our USB port. We have on this side our Kingston lock, and then we have 10 gigabits each for those two USB, and another 10 gig USB-C, and then a power delivery cable to go in here. On the other side we have HDMI outputs for 3 different screens. We've got another 2 10 gigabyte ports, and we've got a 5 gigabit Ethernet, and we've also got a DC in of 20 volts. Did I mention we have 2 card reader slots, which is great, because when I actually look at my MacBook has 2 ports and a headphone socket, which I'm really not very pleased about, to be honest. When I ordered it, I thought I was getting one with 4 on, but you know, it is such as it is. Obviously that's the headphone socket on here, but just feeling it all and everything, this is a very nice, robust sort of product that they've actually devised here, and I think that this is really going to help in terms of doing productivity with the Mac, because one of the things I think that is a bit of a limiting factor in terms of what I use the Mac for is the fact that it's a laptop, when I've got 3 screens in front of me here, which you guys can't see, but I do have 3 screens, so I could in theory run it to the maximum, although I do believe it's only limited to 1 screen if you've got an M1, but I believe that you get more screens if you've got a higher monitor. I will test that if I can, but certainly this is a really nice dock. It's going to nicely sit on my shelf, and I'm going to be able to just have my normal keyboard here, which is where I normally type, but also have my MacBook to the side and use that in whatever way that, you know, I need to. So this is going to be really good for productivity, and hopefully will help me do some stuff for the show with a little bit more ease and a little bit more speed, I'm hoping. Okay, so that's the opening of this as a product. This is a real good quality looking product. It's a very satisfactory unboxing sort of feeling when you're doing it as well, because of the quality of everything. This feels like a quality product. It feels quite robust. There's lots to this, so it's really going to extend out what your MacBook can do. You're going to be able to output to more screens. You're going to be able to connect more devices, especially if you've got one like mine, which only has 2 USB in. Suddenly I'm able to expand it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ports. Plus I'd only be using one of them, so that would give me 7 ports in total, which is absolutely fantastic and just really what I'm looking to be able to do, because I want to be able to permanently connect an SSD to this, so that I can just plug in my laptop and I can go and I can do what I need to do. Okay, so that's the review. Hope you've really enjoyed it. Have you used one of these? If you have, why don't you tell us what you've experienced of it? Otherwise, keep an eye out because I will be doing the actual product review for this. So I'm going to do a proper review. I'm going to talk through all of the features that are on this as well. So you'll get a complete rundown of absolutely everything to do with it and about how well it will work. That will be coming probably later in the week because, like I said, I want to give it a proper shakedown. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe and click that bell icon so that you get notified. It really does do us a solid if you do that, because it means that our videos get viewed more, and the more views that we do, the more that we'll be able to bring you. So come on, let's have some more views, and don't forget to subscribe as well. We're on the climb up to 500 subscribers now, and I really want to break that before the end of the year. It's been a really long climb. If everybody pulled together, we could get there before the end of the week, let alone the end of the year. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe, help us get to that magic number. And otherwise, I'll see you in a few days with a review of this quite fantastic dock. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Bye now.